Ghosty, what do you think of Ghostface? I have a feeling you like that killer.
I am super excited, Mal. Ghostface is my beloved killer, definitely my all-time favorite, and still to this day true main. So I'm very excited to see how Chase goes with Ghostface today. With
Mm.
some early marks happening as well, it's going for some good starting pressure as well. We'll have to see how those marks come into play a little bit later on, and if we can
Oh,
catch someone off guard. It looks like
ooh, 99
let
on tech.
99. Oh, there's a tech. My bad. I thought that was an L.
What do you think of the build, Ghosty? Like, wallet, drop leg is pretty common. And what do you think of the perks, like Cobb?
Very
Corrupt.
solid perk choices. Call Up Run good for info and the regression, comboing very nicely with Eruption. Corrupt are pretty standard to get your
Oh,
stalk levels up, and
first chase, and they're 99, Ghosty. Oh, it looks like
yeah,
they're opting not to hit. I mean, this very obviously gives away that they're 99, right? Like,
I feel
so,
like Tech does know they're 99. The mark is coming through now, but good read on the palette.
yeah. Will Tech make this? They do. Nia coming in with a hit take. Oh my. Jer on
I'm,
Nia with a W hit take. Looks like we're switching targets. A thing to
I'm a little
note
bit
is,
surprised by
sorry,
that,
go.
actually. I'm a little bit surprised about the hit, like the target swap, but at the same time, it is essentially the same result. So if we can get a quick down here,
Oh, what a
ooh,
pallet stun.
palette.
I want to say, Ghosty, like, some of our other Ghost Space sets, we've seen, Sloppy Butcher as a perk, and this time we don't. So, like, these hit takes, they won't get us punished as much with like, long resets.
I was literally about to bring up that exact thing, Mel. Sloppy Butcher, even I was a bit surprised when I first heard about it. It being ran on Ghostface with the ability to mark and is to down. Why would one want to run Sloppy? But with hit takes being such a prevalent way to counter Ghostface's store power, I see a lot more value in it than what I was honestly thinking myself. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit surprised as to no Sloppy, but still all around a very solid
Mhm.
build.
Unfortunately, Fasty going into the basement there. Oh, but because of that, we still have our pain res charge on them, so we haven't spent our pain res.
Might be trying to pocket those pain reses for a little bit later on in the trial,
Yeah.
getting when we have some more gen pressure happening. But it seems like the two gens that we've passed do have decent amounts of pressure already. But Call of Brine now eating away at it, and Eruption now applied on both those generators. So a very nice setup, and with the positioning, a potential tunnel out happening very quickly here.
Ooh, a hit on Ace. They are also very aggressively defending this 3 gen up here at the top, like TV room 12 and 3.
It
Oh,
is a
sorry, a
very
9.
nice
Yeah.
gen to protect, since I know on Larry's you can get some pretty nasty gen splits if the more central gens do get broken. So very smart play by Chase to really like play a bit territorial and defensive of these gens, especially if there's a pain res hook nearby. It could be a really nice setup as the generators do get completed.
Yeah. As this chase is happening, I'm a bit worried that the survivors have. I mean, we could see with Call of Brand, right? Like the survivors have hopped back onto those gens, so we better get it down here. Ooh, unfortunate lunge.
And the
Fastly playing
door being
really well.
blocked.
Oh, as a gen pops in, I think that is 7,
And our
and
second
another.
gen popping shortly after.
Ooh, and we get it down, popping eruption. And
I
this will be putting our Claude here on second hook, Ghosty.
I think that Chase got a little bit unlucky with the door being blocked on that window vault
Mm,
as well. Made that loop a little bit safer and just gave Claw that bit more time to be able to get those two gens to pop. But Pain Res
yeah.
now being used, so that early saved Pain Res charge on Fast now being used now. So very well played by Chase.
Yeah, no, Fasty's doing a really good job. That was a strong chase. They really utilized like the resources they had in that area and got them that gen, those 2 gens. We do spot the gen here at top. Oh, we spot a reset. It looks like this is where the pain res hit.
Yeah, Pain Res on maybe Eruption, but I reckon it was the Pain Res.
Yeah. Ooh, A's getting stalked here. I think like Nia here is like 90 on 80 to 90 on the stock. It's very, very scary.
This is where my personal favorite perk, the brown add-on Philly, would be quite nice, because that would be a very quick mark. But at the same time, with Orison's wallet, being able to instantly gain power back on breaking actions like pallets, Ghostface will have power up very frequently. So our Nia would have to be very careful here, because even while mid-chase, if revealed or pulled out of power, a simple pallet break will put Chase right back into power.
Yeah. I like the blue wallet. The blue wallet's very good. though it is an opportunity cost, right? Because those three add-ons are all very strong, and so you have to like kind of decide which one you want to exclude. But I think drop leg knife sheath is, I think, the best one. Ghosty, what do you think out of the
By
three?
far, as much as I love Philly, it's got to be drop leg. It is by far probably Ghostface's strongest add-on. I believe from memory, it's 10% haste you get for the, I think it's 8 to 9 seconds, can lead to a very quick down, especially if the survivor is caught off guard. But also
Yeah,
just like closing that distance after you've gotten your mark,
yeah,
really, really helpful.
yeah, and it's very important to like capitalize on those marks, right? Because if the survivor manages to get to a safe loop before you could get them, it can get really hard. Like as we can see here earlier with Tech, right?
Yeah, and also if you don't manage to get your down with a mark, if a survivor can manage to outrun a mark, it is very punishing for a Ghostface to
Yeah,
lose
because you
all that
commit.
mark.
Yeah, and you committed, especially if you were in chase with them for the entire duration of the mark, right? You committed all that time to mark for an insta down, but then you don't get the insta down, and it's kind of tough from that point onwards. Like so much gen pressure for the survivors there.
It is a little bit cooked, but Chase having both Renato and Nia, might as well say Renato is like 98 and Nia, I would agree, probably around 90 in a really good
Mhm.
position since you definitely want to have at least some
Mhm.
store built up on survivors. So
Yeah.
Chase in a really good spot here. Got some pre-store
What
survivors for a quick
what do
down.
you yeah, what how do you think the result of this game is gonna be? I think like it's still pretty early and it's kinda hard to tell, but if they're able to get like another Pain Raz or maybe even kill Claude, I think we might be getting, I don't know, above average result here because I
I
think
reckon
Ghost.
there's
Yeah.
still a good chance, but I think you're about to say it, Mel. Ghostface usually mainly plays for stages, maybe a kill or two, as he isn't the strongest killer, being honestly just an
Oh,
F1 killer with
what
marking
a,
for insta downs, but
yeah. Also, what a pallet stun by Nia. Well played. As we could hear a call of Brian Proc in the distance.
a bit of a Hail Mary swing.
Going
Nia's
for
still in
those.
a dangerous spot though. I don't think she makes any more resources. Oh, we do have the God Pallet. Do we make it? Yes, we do.
Oh, will there be a pallet save? I wonder.
We did hear a double eruption proc, I believe, Mal, on
Yeah.
Claude and Ace, so it would
Don't
only
know.
be Renato nearby. And I think
Yeah.
Renato, I think, just copped pain res.
Yeah. We hit 5 here with Pain Rush Hook, and that's very good here for Wispy as like it's really getting them that gen pressure back, right? Because the survivors have been doing a really good job at working these gens. But I think the Cobb Eruption Pain Rest combo is putting in work to buy time for Wispy here to get these chases in, right?
Oh yeah, Nia also played it very well though, dying right on the opposite side of the map, especially
Yeah.
to the three.
Ooh,
And a
head
head-on
on.
play.
And
Oh,
the
that is
time. All
nasty.
right, Fasty. Fasty, that was amazing. Very good save there on Renato. Renato was about to go down there.
I think that might actually buy Renato enough time to actually potentially outrun this mark as well.
Yeah.
If Farsi can just take some hits, it looks like actually
Yeah, we're not chasing
Whiskey's just
Renato here.
heading to
Yeah,
Farsi here.
the
Which
reason
again, that could
like we
mark,
want the tunnel out. We want to make this a 1v3 and Fasty is in trouble here on Death Hook and on the timeout. But they have this God Pallet, it's very good.
and we have found the injured Ace as well, so we know that Ace is not working on a gen. I assume Tech has probably rotated back to a gen, knowing that Farsi's in chase, so we'll have to see how long Farsi can last for, but I don't think they have many resources left.
Ace!
Ace taking it down for Farsi. I think that
We're
was a
gonna opt to
really smart play.
Yeah, no, that was really good. That really saved Fasty there. And we opt to pick here. And I think we're gonna go hook Ace here for a Pain Raz.
And that will also probably buy Farsi enough time to outlast that mark as well. I believe that's our third mark that our survivor team has burnt through, which can be pretty devastating.
Yeah. Very good stuff from the survivors to like survive the entire duration of the mark. Such a big setback for Ghostface each time. So it's getting them closer and closer to these closer to these all 5 gens popping.
Oh yeah. But we have found
So
both of our injured survivors, Nia and Renato, so two very valuable targets. Probably
mhm.
Tech would be a bit more since he is still fresh for that last pain res.
Yeah, getting the 4th Thresh Hook also would be good. But I think like I mean we have 2 gens, right? And unfortunately one of the gens in the top area there that was holding a very strong 3 gen got popped. Oh, it
We
was a
did
4 gen, my bad. Yeah, it was a 4 gen up top.
yeah. Do
But yeah,
still have somewhat of a 3 gen, not the most tightest, but definitely a playable one.
it's 3 gen. It's 3 gen topless library. So like I think the
Yeah,
survivors probably can get library there or one of the top gens. If they get one of the top gens, it's such an awkward spot, right? With top and then library.
yeah. We'll have to see how Tech plays this pallet. Still a bit of a dangerous spot,
Ooh,
but a nice swing around to get the down onto Tech. That was
what
really well played.
what a swing from Wissy there. Very good stuff. And it looks like we're opting to slug tech here. If we could find, honestly, the best possible outcome right now, we can see Jur and I not both. Oh my. They both reset there. Oh, all three survivors were resetting.
So we have
How's-
no gens being worked at the moment. It was a really good moment to reveal Chase, though, as Ace is basically 95. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait for Power to come back, do a quick power fire, and Ace will be downed. Yep,
Yep.
very clean work.
They do pick tech in the background, and so that avoids another pain rest hook. But I think right now it's because of like the lack of gen pressure. I think cashing in a pain rest hook right now wouldn't be as strong as using it later.
Yes, I agree. And also, considering that we do have a survivor down, Tech still need to be reset, and
Oh,
our survivors need to be reset, but Tech was just probably a bit unsure of where he was, so we might be cashing our final pain res token here.
yeah, looks like it. Oh my god! Like if I was in tech's position there, I would have fucking screamed.
I do know that I've been a little bit of a bully to you sometimes now with a few scares, but I still think you
Yeah.
play alright,
Oh,
like, especially since...
go see.
I don't think
Fasty is
I'll-
about to die.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was trying to have a bit of a yap there, Fasty,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, Fasty will be
No.
leaving the trial here at 2 gens, so that could be the game changer there, and probably maybe
This
line us up for
gets
potential 4K at 1, or maybe even 2.
Yeah, this gets a lot of momentum for Ghostface. But also, you were saying earlier, yes, Ghost, you're a bully, and you like
I mean,
spending game custom games.
I
with
wouldn't say
Ghostface.
I'm just a bully, because I was also complimenting that you tend to play our Ghostface games very well as well. You've been very much a lot better at catching me off from my stealth, not letting me catch you off guard as much, especially on Larry's as well, when we've had the
Yeah,
few games on Larry's.
I mean,
Except for last as well.
it's all about keeping track of the killer, right? Like, if you're
Yeah,
able
you
to keep
want
track
to
of
know.
Ghostface, it helps negate his power by quite a bit. But
Oh, yes.
Wispy is doing a very good job here at like making the survivors lose track of him, as we saw earlier, right? Like with Fasty and Tech both running into him.
If you lose track of Ghostface, it can be devastating if you're grouped or just out of position. Normally, you'd probably want to be playing near a resource. That's probably the safest way to go about things until you've identified where Ghostface is, especially with power up. But in saying that, we
Oh
found
no,
out the reset
they got the
again.
reset. I'm
Oh,
pretty
they
sure
did
they
get
got
the
the
heal.
reset.
They
Yeah, they
did.
did.
That was like a split second of Tech going down again, and that would have been very dangerous. And
No,
a
no,
nice mind game.
punishing the greed there by Tech. I just want to say, if there was Sloppy there, I was going to say, if there was Sloppy, they wouldn't have gotten that reset, which would have been,
No,
yeah. Is this
a bit of a.
basement, I wonder? No, okay,
I
no.
think
We're
it's going to
hooking.
be closer to our 3 gen hook sort of area.
Yeah, I think it's less of hooking towards 3 gen, and we're hooking near library.
No.
No! Wispy, you got too greedy with the hook.
I
Unlucky.
mean, I still think it was 100% a correct play for Wispy to
Yeah,
try and hook off to that library gen just to get it regressing down and make it so that Wispy could have just chilled in that area.
Yeah, they could count both the library gen and Renato would have been very good there. But that
Yeah,
was really unfortunate. They were like a split second away from pressing pressing the hook button to magnet to the hook.
it was super unfortunate. But in saying that, Tech's in a bit of a rough spot right now. Still next to that active gen by library. And a beautiful 99 stalk on Nia. They are a nice target for later on. Prepped and ready to go.
Mhm. Looks like we're kicking the Palantir outside of 8.
Going back into power, I'm sure that Tech would have used comms to his team to watch out. The ghost faces may be lurking around.
Yeah. As you can see here, there was a gem that was being worked on probably by Ace because Nia was in library. And like they pre-left because of the cons.
And I believe that's probably Tech back on that library gen, because I believe he was the nearby one, unless Tech is rotating.
It's either
Ace
Tech or
to
Nia.
reset. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Nia would be playing too aggressive for that gen at the moment, though, because I'm sure Nia would assume that they are 99, so they'll be wanting to probably be around resources, playing it a little bit more safer until a potential hit take opportunity to get rid of
Possibly.
the store.
I mean, sometimes it's genuinely hard to keep track if you're 99 or not. But I mean, now they know they were 99.
Now they definitely know that they were 99, and they don't have that god palette from before. It was thrown. Looks like we might
Renato
have a
coming to hit
future Renato. Very nice, but I think that Wispy is just going to ignore Renato here and cash in on that mark on Nia, because this will be a 2-slug situation.
If we get Nia down here, this could be a 4K too. I mean, it's already looking close to a 4K. I mean, sorry, it's almost certainly a 4K, but it's looking very close to a 4K too here if Ace is not able to recover this.
I think it's going to be a very tough situation to recover from, especially now that Ghostface is back in power. Ace does not have clear comms of where he might be coming from, so and Ace has just
Ooh,
been found in the TV room.
what a
This has been a
swing!
very clean game by Chase. I'm honestly in awe. Like, literally, chef's kiss, perfect performance.
I mean, I'm sure you're loving the Ghostface game,
I
Ghosty.
am. I want more. Like, there can never be enough Ghostface games. And honestly, when you see a performance like this, you just crave more.
And
And
they don't
unfortunately, we don't
quite
get the
get the
pickup on
heal.
tech.
And I
4K2, very
yeah.
strong start.
Yeah, that'll be a 4K2. We're giving the opponent's Ghostface a win condition of 4K3 X9 here, showing why they picked Ghostface.
I'm excited to see how they respond to this though. Like, as much as Ghostface isn't your most strongest killer, if you're caught out of position and you can get an early snowball, which is possible, not impossible.
I mean, we saw it right here, right? Where they caught the survivor that was injured getting reset by a 99 survivor and both of them
And I
going
think it
down.
was more than once as well. I think we caught the reset off guard. So I don't know, man. I think a 4K3 is on the table. If not, we could also potentially hit the Tycon as well. I remember. So
Yeah, attack on 4K2. I mean, like, both teams are amazing players, so I wouldn't be
100%.
surprised if it's going to be a close game. We'll see. We'll be back shortly and see you guys soon with Orison's Ghostface against X9 survivors. Welcome back to Blood Rush League Upper Bracket Semifinals. Today we have, once again, X9 versus Orison, with this time Orison playing killer with Fasty here on Ghostface, with a win condition of 4K3 and a Tycon of 4K2. I'm once again joined by Ghosty, who is our resident Ghostface lover. What do you think of the build, Ghosty, and what do you think of the win con?
I think it's going to be a bit of a tricky win con. Like, definitely not impossible. 4K3 is a bit of a tough one, but it's not over till the fat lady sings, as the saying goes. And we don't know. We've got a very high caliber of teams here, so we'll have to see how it goes. But that was a really unfortunate early reveal, meaning that Farsi couldn't build up those early mark stacks,
How
but does get the tag on Nia,
Yeah,
so
I
Farsi
think
being
the trade-off
spotted.
of getting a tag in with Sloppy Butcher is pretty good. And we're
I was about
back
to
here
mention we
stocking.
do have Sloppy in play this time, Mel. It is a very interesting build because I've noticed as well. I think you may have brought something up about this in the past about me running this, but coup de grace.
Yeah, we have
Interesting
Coup.
pick.
Sloppy Coup Corrupt Erupt. And it looks like we have your favorite add-on here, Philly, alongside Wallet. No drop leg this time, so no haste when you finish those stocks.
Is very interesting, and we'll have to see if the lack of haste after a stalk comes into play. But in saying that, we're going to have very, very fast stalks with lean stalks as like blinding speed and power up very frequently with pallet breaks. So I think Farsi might be looking at just guaranteeing nose marks if they're 99'd or if they're a bit short or revealed early. Guarantee that they can get back into power quickly and get those quick marks in.
Yeah, that's true. As we do get revealed here by Lara. So we're playing here the corner. I find this corner really scary, Ghosty.
It
That's
is
exactly
because you
why.
can get that really long lunge hit and usually get a nasty little tag over the revolt of the pallet, but
It's not
I
even
don't think we've gone back.
Yeah, it's not even coup. That wasn't even a
No,
coup
that
lunge. That was
wasn't
just a
even coup de
regular
grace.
lunge.
And that is a hit that you can consistently get as well on that pallet. Unfortunately, I don't think it should. I personally don't think it should be a hit that you can get because it does feel a bit nasty. But I've noticed it does seem to be a hit that you can get 9 times out of 10 if you get him into that panic vault situation. Obviously, I don't feel like Lara was panicking, but
Yeah, like when they're just trying
the
to
general saying
yeah,
of back and
vault
forth.
back and forth to try and like get at least the killer to whiff, which is fair
Yeah.
enough.
But as
But
soon as they vault over to that inside, usually if you get that pre-swing, you can 9 times out of 10 get that tag.
Yeah. How do you think how do you think the game's going right now? Oh my gosh.
A nice
I,
catch up with Lara, but she did get reset. I do
yeah.
feel like those early reveals pulling out of power is a bit tough. Not having that stalk build up like we saw Chase had earlier on might come into play a little bit, and also it does mean that Ghostface isn't in stealth, so I don't know. We'll have to see if they come into play. Ooh, a nice read on that pallet, but oh, actually no. I was all about to say Lara might be going down here, but thankfully has
Nah,
that
she makes the
odd
pellet.
corner pallet. And now connecting it into the
Into
God
God
palette.
Palette. Let's very good stuff by Lara. Ja showing us how it's done here, taking advantage of all of these resources. Upri drops the pallet at 5 though, and as the first generator finishes. Ooh, and we finish the stock here on note.
I do feel
Mhm.
though, I'm wondering if those pallets being used this early on might come back and haunt them a little bit, as those are
And
very strong pallets.
we are on the win con. I think especially if you're playing for like a pretty high win con where you just have to finish like 2 or 3 gens, like it's fine. Send the pallets, get those gens done, and like But we have Ku here. We're gonna short swing here into Wispy, getting the sloppy on them, and we're gonna opt to drop note here and go straight back onto Wispy.
I think this is a good shout. I think we noticed that Wispy did it earlier on. Essentially, it's the exact same result if you committed to the mark or the survive that you tagged, but you don't
Yeah,
have that timer factor of your mark running out. So,
that is true.
Wispy, a good trade-off, honestly.
However, I feel like X9 here. I mean, X9 is an amazing team. They're doing as usual as what the expected amazing plays, and it's been really tough here. I think right now they've had so much gen pressure, and they're very close to their win con. What do you think, Ghosty?
I think that X9 are in a really comfortable spot. Don't get me wrong, Fast is playing a very good game, considering that they are getting pulled out of power quite frequently. The hit take coming through did cost them a possible good quick down onto Nate, but we'll have to see how the rest of the game goes, because you don't know. We could have a sudden snowball out of nowhere if one survivor slips up,
That's
but
true.
I do
Ho-
think Chase has plenty of resources here to hold off Fast for this chase.
Yeah. However, I honestly there I feel like I was gonna say I feel like a gen is gonna pop very soon, and
Yep. Oh, we've
oh
got the
my,
next
two
one.
gens,
Damn.
the 2 gens in a row, and another hit take here.
I'm a
That
bit
will
surprised about the double pop, because didn't we not longer Mal sees 3 survivors over by the corner map as well?
Yeah,
So
we did. Like
they must have
the
had a
other
too much
gen must have had
speed or something.
yeah, they must have had really high progress, maybe around like 70, 80 based off the timing. Um, but like, crazy plays here by X9. These hit takes, by the way, are insane. There have been so many of them this game, and no one has gone down because of it, which is very, very good. You could see like they really practiced this set.
The patience at these pallets as well. Honestly, I think this is going to be a very tough game for Farsi to try and cover back, and I definitely agree. It seems like Ghostface is a set that the team does practice a lot, and a very nice coup de grace does secure the down onto Nia. But I still think there's a chance that we get a 4 out here. Another nice coup hit onto Lara.
Yeah,
And
like
Lara's still
Neos.
sticking around for that pallet save as well, so we may have a second down here coming through shortly.
Ooh, another down. All right, 2 survivors on slug, and there's basement is right here, by the way, in library. Okay.
2 injured and 2 slugged. A very tough situation to be in for X9, but at the same time, Wincon has been met,
Oh,
so
almost.
not the worst. And I believe Nia may get picked up in a
Ooh,
second.
no! I thought the
Oh!
coup was gonna hit. That'll be so for real. We have 1 coup charge left. A thing to note, by the way, is we've been not able to cap the. Oh, and they get everyone up. Amazing recovery here by Claude Wispy playing immaculately and Killer and Survivor.
But I think Claude might be taking the down for it with our final crew
Final.
stack coming through.
A thing to note, I want to say is that coup stacks cap at 5, and we did lose a couple of coup stacks there when the generators were finishing. Like when the 2 generators popped, we had 3, so we lost like 2 stacks, and then we had 4 when the final gen popped, so we lost 1. So there's
Yeah.
3 coup stacks here that we're missing out on, unfortunately.
I mean, I don't blame Fasty for maybe trying to hold on to the crew stacks. Obviously, killers don't know what progressive gens are unless
I
they're
mean,
literally looking at them. So maybe he was just trying to
I
hold on
mean,
to them.
I think it's less of them holding onto it, and like they didn't have. Oh, there's a survivor in the corner there. I think they saw.
They
No
did.
being cheeky. Um, I think it's less of them saving the coup, and there was just no opportunity, to like use the coup to get a hit in.
I'm not sure. I think there was at least 1 or 2 tags that was potentially dual with Coop. I could be wrong, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there
Mhm.
may have been 1 or 2 hits that may have come through if Coup was spent, but Honestly, it's a very tough set, it looks like, for Farseer. It seems like
I mean,
X9 have that practice with Ghostface
they
and
they have their they have
really
their
love it.
Ghostface set locked down, yeah.
Yeah,
And that will
really good
end
performance, though.
our first that'll end our first set here with three hooks and one fresh for Orison. And we'll be back very shortly with our next set, which is Blight. I'm very excited. I love my Blight sets. We'll see you guys
Right.
soon. Semifinals with X9 versus Orison. We're on our second set here, which is Blight on Groaning Store has 2, and it's Orison's pick. So we have Tech here for Orison, playing for Orison, and I'm joined once again by Ghosty. Ghosty, what do you think? I think Nancy accidentally sprinted into the wall there.
I think it was an unfortunate wall bump there, and I don't know if Note was meaning to drop Shack Pallet Descend, but it did give him a bit of distance into this sort of mid-Shack filler at least, so...
I think it was a pre-drop. Also, what do you think of the build with Undying dying so early?
I think that's expected at this point with Hex perks. It's the RNG 50 of how long they last for, and it's why you bring Undying, because if that was no Undying, that was just Ruin. Ruin would be out of the trial at 510, so at least we've still got Ruin up.
Yep.
Note playing really well to hold these 50s, but I think this could be a very dangerous position, because I think this might be a basement hook.
Oh no, Ruin's gone.
The devil, and Ruin is now gone.
Jinx it, Ghosty.
Yeah, sorry, Horizon, cast is cursed. You can find me at my DMs.
But what do you call? I was gonna say Tech played that Shack, to get the down there. No, Tech played that really well, and we do catch Claude here, getting a hit, and it looks like Claude was lurking for the unhook, so she is probably the Deli player, yeah.
Which, if she is, that does mean that our Deli player has been hooked.
Which is tragedy. Also, I think Note has Resurgence, because did you see that heal speed? Like, they got unhooked and instantly healed.
I would almost say if Resurgence wasn't a perk, I would be probably demanding a PC check at this moment. Oh, a nice attack on the head from the hill. From the top ropes.
That looked like a bit of Wait, yeah, that's overcome. Look at that distance.
Oh yeah, they are all the way deep in the map now. That was a very nice overcome, considering that we had the top rope smack after the reset.
Yeah, doing chase here on Note, deep 8. Looks like Note is the tunnel out target for Tech here. Will we get the down? Slightly short! But I don't think it matters because it's Blight.
No, I don't think it mattered too much because Blight do be a fast killer, but I don't think even without rushing, I don't think there would have been much more for No to play there. We do have that first win popping, thankfully, because this has been a very explosive start for Tech. Three hook stages on the board already and a tunnel out ready to go.
It's Blight, right? Like, explosive starts are kind of their thing.
Also, just think about as well, with this explosive start, if Claudette was Deli, the amount of, like, loss we have at the moment, we've potentially lost Deliverance, we've got a tunnel out on Note, and an injury onto our Lara as well, so really
Alara's
attack.
Yeah, as you can see there, Alara didn't use her injure movement speed to go anywhere. Instead, she went back into the locker. I think she's trying to, like, get Tech to, like, locker grab her so that Note can get some distance and get, stealth a bit because they are the tunnel out.
I do believe we have Resurgence on Note as well because we've had another insanely fast heal onto Note.
Yeah, it has to be Resurgence. Oh my, what the bump logic. Tech is really good on Blight. Oh, I'm I'm fangirling a bit, I'll be honest. This is really cool to see. Oh, what a hit and a dodge on the flashbang firecracker. What do you... Oh my god, Ghosty.
I'm honestly a bit speechless at the moment, Mel. We've got so much going on at the moment. Note is being eliminated from the trial. We do see our second gen popping, thank God.
Yeah, our first sacrifice of the trial. That was really cool to see. I love watching Blight.
He was maybe looking at potentially FTPing Note to try and buy him a bit more time.
It looked like it, because they were trying to start a heal. But sometimes Dead by Daylight can be a bit finicky when, like, but, doesn't respond right away, which is a bit annoying.
Yes.
And we spent another pop.
Could be a tough situation to be in right now.
Yeah. It looks like we're popping that gen at 11. The survivors really want to get it done. It's like it was like at 70% last time, and now it was like at 90. There's some minor progress here on Gen at 8, but like in a 1v3 at 3 gens remaining, it's probably looking like a 4K2. What do you think, Ghosty?
Depending on if we're splitting on gens and how long of a chase, no pun intended, chase can pull off here, 4K2 definitely possible, but wouldn't surprise me if we could potentially get a 4K1, even though the 1v3 is tough. And with a whiff into the window, I think this might buy enough time for at least a gen to maybe pop. So
That is true.
we'll
Wispy
have to
here
see
playing.
extra
Oh
gen.
my god, there as you say that, Ghosty, there goes to Jen.
There's
But
that
Wispy is
gen.
playing so good here, and they finally do get hit. They did a really good job buying their team for the time to get that gen done, and they're going to go run towards main from the looks of it. Going to play
We,
that main.
we do have all
Another
5
gen
rush
pop.
charters. We do get to the 4K1, but we'll have to see how much longer Wispy can last. All 5 rush charters are back up. Bit of bump logic happening, and I think that's
Oh,
all Wispy
good
wrote.
stuff by Tech on Rush 5.
And really well played with the rushes on main. Being able to flick it like that. I don't know about you, Mal, because I know that you dabble in a bit of blight, but I know I definitely wouldn't be able to path or weave around with rushes in that sort of a tight sort of area.
Yeah, I play Blight mostly for fun. I'm not like a Blight main by any stretch of the imagination, but like I'm okay. You could do some really cool like 90s with them, and like Tech had some really good like bump logic there where they knew where to go from each bump to get like the down there. That was,
And with
and
2
we
volts on that window, Lara doesn't have many volts left, but will go down. But we
yeah.
did get the unhook onto Wispy, so I don't know. This is looking like a pretty comfortable 4K1 in the 1v3, but
That
after
is
an
true.
explosive start, getting 4 gens done in the manner that they did, Survive Team has done really good here, in my opinion.
A thing to note is that we did lose our pop proc from Wispy's hook. But at this point, I'm not even sure if there's a gen that's like with high enough progress to commit the pop that's worth it to commit the pop to, you know?
No, I think that the double pop earlier on was probably the main gens that we had any pressure onto, but honestly, Wispy's chase just then bringing it down to if it does go through a 4K1, pretty solid result, and a 4K2 win con, that's pretty achievable with a killer like Blight. A nice little tap with the rush as well, just to get that quick down onto, well, sorry, quick tag onto V.
Yeah, Angel's here on V, looping around 12 here. Will she make it to the pallet? Ooh, Tech's doing really good mind game, and unfortunately, V does not make the pallet.
With V going down, that will be our final fresh hook of the game. So I think Tech may be on the hunt for Wispy, if unless we get another phenomenal chase like the one beforehand, which did cost Tech 2 gens. I think Wispy is probably target number 1 at the moment to bring this game back down to a 2v1.
Yeah, I think like a 4K0 might be possible if the survivors get a really really good chase in, but at the same time, right? Like Tech could always just drop the chase, go to the generator, and go for another one, a different chase.
For
But
sure.
if Tech manages to catch Wispy here and makes it a 2v1, I don't think there is any chance a gen gets done in a 1v2 against Blight.
No, and unless there's some progress on another gen that we have not spotted, we don't have access to pop straight away, and losing Ruin early on shows how detrimental Hexworks can kind of be in a way. It was unfortunate that both Undying and Ruin got found super early, but Tech has done
Yeah,
still pretty good to
today's
get it down to a 1v3 super early. And the gens don't have extreme progress. I think that the one, I believe you said this was down at 8 mil, is our probably most highest
yeah,
gen
yeah,
progress at the
deep
moment.
deep 9, deep 8, yeah. I however, I think like I was just thinking like when you mentioned Ruin and oh, Lara vaulted the window instead of being in the locker. I think Tech was trying to listen to see where she was. But I was just saying, if Ruin and Undying didn't pop super early, I think was that sprint burst? I Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chase. I think like the result would have probably been like a 4K3 or something like that.
Quite possibly, with
4K2.
the very fast and explosive start by Tech. Very much doable, or very much on the table that it could have been a 4K3 if, even if Undying popped, if Ruin lasted
Yeah,
a bit
because
longer than what it did.
was able to push all the survivors out. Oh my, they were able to push the survivors off of the gens quite a bit. But as we say that, The last gen pops as Lara is hooked.
That was definitely a very quick gen pop at main. I'm wondering if maybe Angel and
They have
was
to be doubling it.
doubling that.
Yeah. I mean, X9 here playing amazing, despite despite like such a strong start here by Tech, they were able to get all 5 gens done, and we're on the hunt now for a survivor. Ideally, if we're only gonna get one more like hook into this match, the best person to hook is V, because she is worth 2 hook
We
state.
have found
Angels
incredible
here playing around.
to bring it
Oh,
back from a what looks to be maybe a 4K1 down to, I think this will be out. The gate
yeah,
now
I
being
mean,
opened.
yeah, V will be V's probably dead here, unfortunately, but this will secure 2 extra hook states, which will be 10 hooks. 10 hooks for fresh
I
for
was
Tech
about to
here.
say, Mel, and as Lara gets healed, I don't know if they're done. I think that they may be looking about getting a double reset and potentially
I mean,
trading Claude for V.
maybe. I
I
don't know,
think the reset
Ghosty.
has been found though, so it's going to be a very tough save. Because also think of it, Mel, if Wispy can get in, get the unhook, and go down for V, and V gets out.
No, it's the same thing. It's still
Oh
same
yeah,
amount
no,
of
true.
hooks.
It is the same
Ghosty,
amount of
you
hooks.
need to go do your math.
I am. It is early in the morning, Mel. My brain is not ticking properly at the moment.
Oh no, unfortunately, Claude does go down here, Wispy, and they will be picked. V working on looking like V's working on the other exit gate to get it open, and this will be Claude for our 10th hook of the trio.
I believe with Lara Seppin, yep, V shortly after through that alley gate that you mentioned. Really good
Yeah,
results still though. What,
amazing.
10 stages after losing Ruin and Undying
I
in the first
honestly,
5 gens?
that felt like a close game for at least from my point of view. Like it could have very easily turned into a 4K1. The survivors did such a good job with their chases there, and despite Tech's explosive start, they were able to recover it very well,
Oh
even
yeah,
losing their Delhi player to the hook.
that was super unfortunate.
All right, we'll be right back with X9 on Blight. I'm very excited to see how they do. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League upper bracket semifinals. We are here with X9 versus Orison, and we are on our second game of our second set, which is Blight. And this time we have X9 on killer with Wispy playing for them once again on Blight with a win condition of 11 hooks. I'm once again joined with Ghosty. Ghosty, what do you think of our game, our perks, and the win con?
I'm very interested to see how Dying Light goes for Wispy, and a nice little power slam from Tech denying that first hit onto them, but
Very good hit onto Metox there. Oh my, what a nice flick.
Medos is running into the corrupt zone though, so very good spot to be in and take chase to while it is up. Give the rest of the team a chance to get on some generators, but I think Wispy's looking at their first down. Very well played.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dying Light is good here as long as obviously you don't tunnel the obsession out, right? Like,
Yeah, as long as Wispy keeps in mind that Tech cannot leave the trial, that is the ideal situation,
well,
but you never know.
they should be the last person to be sacrificed if you're playing with that in mind, playing around the perk. But we do get the hook here, and we spot a gen in mid. And are we gonna pop? No, we're not going to spend pop on it because I believe they will be looking for a more progressed gen, like the one here that's at 50%.
Wispy may have also been wanting to sort of check the status of another gen before applying pop maybe to main, and finding that gen over by, I believe it's the one area,
Yeah,
secured that pop went to that gen instead.
we get into chase here with I'm not on Dwight, getting a very good early hit. However, the unhook does happen. And a down happens. And what a fast heal on Metox there. Oh my, wait. I think it's Resurgence on them also.
Resurgence seeing use here. Very good perk, honestly. I think it's a bit of a sleeper perk. Not many people realize how valuable those quick resets off hook can be.
Yeah, I mean, like, any perk that saves time, whether it's time on gens, time resetting, is time it's gen pressure. It equates to gen pressure for the survivors, right? Because Metox got reset in like what 4 seconds instead of the usual, the survivors can all go back to doing gens instead of just sitting around healing each other.
Also, if a tunnel out is happening, getting those really quick resets in potentially, if the tunnel out is the Resurgence player, does mean that they have a nice extra bit of health state, but Metox being caught out, didn't see the double back by Wispy. This will lead to our second hook on Metox. Tunnel out is on board, and with a central hook, I think Pop may be going to that Gen at 1 again if they don't pop it beforehand.
Yeah, I was gonna say that mind game there on the jungle gym to get Metox to run into them is really good instead of like following the double backed.
Also,
Red,
it sounds like our Gen at 1 has regressed to nothing, so...
yeah. Ooh, we do get a gen pop though, so 4 gens remaining. And we still have our pop here to spend. We hear progress in mid-gen, but I think Wispy's looking for a different gen to pop.
Maybe
Though I
not
don't think,
quite high enough
yeah,
progress
they won't
to...
find any, so they're just gonna spend it here. Better than
Better to
losing it.
use it and not use it at all.
Though it does progress our gen regression events by 1 in mid, which I don't know. It might come into play later.
Maybe, but even
With
if we
the
did lose the main gen, we still have somewhat of a 3 gen along the 3 through 11 side. As much as having that main gen still would be really nice, having Metox on hook next to main means that we might be losing a survivor at 4 gens.
Yeah, it looks like Wispy is opting to secure the kill here. Ooh, as Dwight runs in and they do get the unhook.
Can Metox survive for another den? Oh, we're getting the pick and melee onto
Yeah,
Iona.
we picked Dwight. I think to note is that that puts Dwight also on death hook, so this could turn into a 1v2 really fast.
We'll have to see how much of a chase Metox can pull up. This is a pretty safe tile. Oh, I think Wispy was going for the cheeky window hit.
Yeah, that would have been crazy if that hits. That's definitely
That
a
would have
big
been
clip. Yeah,
catastrophic for the survivors.
and I think we're gonna see a gen finish soon. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
As
Ins
I think that was
I'll say
gen.
insane that we still have our 3 gen along the back of main, and Metox now going down as well.
Ooh,
We do
another
have
gen
a third
popping.
gen popping though.
2 gens remaining with our tunnel out. Tunnel out coming at 2 gens is pretty good for the survivors. Usually against Blight it happens a lot earlier. However, there is a second survivor on death hook, right? So
I was literally about to say that as well, Mel.
if we catch Dwight and hook him, that'll turn it into 1v2, and I'm pretty sure that easily secures a 4k2, if not a 4k1.
Very strong pressure for Wispy on the killer side at the moment. So I was still doing really well to regress the game down to 2 gens, and we do have that 3 gen along the backside of main, including main building, but I don't know, a solid chase for this next one. If Dwight can stay sort of immersed or out of Wispy's line of sight, I don't know, we could be still looking at outs here.
Possibly. I mean, it's gonna be a very close game if that does happen. If Dwight manages to evade and we get into chase with like Fung or Claude, could possibly progress to all the gens being finished and maybe outs. Oh my!
Oh no,
Caster's
Iona's
curse.
been found.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. And that will turn it into a 1v2 here as our second survivor's sacrificed with 2 gens remaining. I don't know.
Very tough situation.
I don't think it's outs anymore, Ghosty.
I don't think it is outs anymore, Mal. Bit of Caster's Curse is struck, and in Wispy's favor, bringing this trial down to a 2v1 with 2 gens remaining. We do have progress up along 12, so we've got something, but I don't know if we've got much more progress elsewhere on the map. And Dying Light is in play, so
Ooh,
I don't know. The gen progress is going to be tough.
yeah, Wispy finding Claude there was so good. And I think we'll be getting a down shortly. 1 rush remaining. Flick. Claude with a flare out. What a play, Fasty. Oh my.
That was such a clean flare out.
Oh, and the
a read
balance
on the
stun
mind
me.
game. Okay, we've got some really good plays here happening.
I mean,
Wispy last game on Claude, really bringing it in with a solid chase, and I think Fast is bringing the exact same sort of momentum back.
well, it's the problem is it's a 1v2 at this point. Even if she has such a strong chase like this, it kind of just puts like, like there's not much that can be done. It's like one survivor trying to complete two generators.
I will say though, Mal, unlike in the previous game where we unfortunately saw our Delhi player get caught out early, we
We
didn't
have,
see who got the unhooks early
yeah,
on. So who's to say that we might not have
it's
delivery
probably,
played again?
not gonna lie, it's probably one of these two have Delhi. And oh, what a fast pick here.
I'm wondering if maybe Tech maybe came through with that, or if maybe UB came into play then. Oh, it looks like Tech's trying to get a bit of chase happening here, giving a few little clicks.
Yep. Yeah, we do have a lot of strong perks allowed, right? Like botany and a little bit of like that was an interesting, yeah. But Blight getting stuck on a survivor does happen sometimes. As
If
unfortunately,
Blight's Rush got cancelled, I would have been absolutely shocked.
yeah, unfortunately, Fung does go down and does put on a hook as Fasty remains standing, who is I'm pretty sure the Delhi player.
I think that Farsi is Delhi, which means that we still do have it on the table, which could potentially lead to a hatch, but I don't see much more gens popping at this point, so I think Wispy's feeling pretty comfortable of worst case, maybe a 4K1.
We're looking around here for Fasty, and we're gonna pop the gen. We do find Fasty, and we do get the short swing through the pallet. Oh,
Farsi with a slow vault over the pallet. I
not
don't think Delhi's going to be really giving too much.
not the short swing injure.
I think even Farsi was a bit shocked there, looking over like, how did that hit? What is this?
Yeah, and that will secure a 4K2 here, and this set for X9. Wispy playing an excellent killer tonight, and also Survivor.
Wispy's been on fire tonight. Like, Orison's still been giving quite the performance, but
Yeah, I mean, both these two teams are some of the best in the world, right? So like,
oh yeah,
both teams play crazy good, and we do get to
definitely
see
on a
such
different caliber.
amazing. Yeah, we get to see such amazing plays like that chase with Wispy, had with Fasty. Like,
Oh
oh
yeah.
my. All right, we'll be right back with our next set, which is a bit. I'm a bit biased, but I think it's the best set in the world. We're gonna see an unknown set in Wrecker's Yard.
Very exciting.
Be back soon. Upper bracket semifinals with X9 versus Orison. Here we have the best set in the world, not biased, which is our set 3 of Unknown and Wrecker's Yard, with Angels playing here for X9. I'm so excited to see this, Ghosty. What do you think?
I had a feeling that you were very all smiles with this set, Mel. I know that you are the probably all-time biggest lover of, as it's known, sadly, the Harmless. So we'll have to see if Angels can give you
Oh,
a performance, but with that
Ruin.
dreaded sound of ruin popping, ugh.
Unlucky. I mean, such is the life of Hexbricks. It's gone in the first minute, or it lasts quite a bit and gets actual value.
Yeah, and no one dying either to give it that protection, just raw dogging it was ruined by itself, so
Yeah,
bit of an
I mean,
unlucky loss.
we still have Erupt, Painraz, Corrupt, like, still very strong perks. And we do have FP Footprint Cast here and Obscure Game Cartridge, which, what a spit. Very good here.
A little bit concerned though, Mal, with Ruin popping and Corrupt obviously being a perk that does die off after 60 seconds at the start of the trial. Once Pain Res gets used, we're literally down to one perk.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so playable because then you would have already gotten value off the perks.
Hopefully. And also, it is unknown having that mixture of both ranged and M1 to their kit.
Yeah.
Almost had a bit of a stutter with
I mean,
like
UVXs can get value, and you also have the teleports. Also, Corrupt Intervention Ghosty is 2 minutes, not 1 minute.
I am still out. That's my usage of Corrupt, even though I tend to use it a bit for one of our previous sets, the Ghostface set, but I guess it doesn't usually last that long, but
Yeah. Oh, that would have been such a good insta pop there. But unfortunately for Nia, she was like holding the loop a bit wider than usual. Than the usual like very tight looping. A thing to note also, Ghosty, is what do you think of the new, like, the whole realm of Auto Haven kind of got changed this patch, didn't it?
It is a
Oh my
pretty.
god, what is. I noticed the Twitch! Oh,
Okay, I think you are very much a big smile on your face right now, Mel. But to answer your question before that amazing notice of the Twitch, I found that this new update, I'm not against it. The realm does look pretty cool now, and there's been some nice like feeling of the changes with certain tiles and stuff, but it does mess with the muscle memory a bit, I can't lie. There's been times where I've played on this map and feel like I don't quite know where I am compared to before, but I feel like give it maybe a week or two, that muscle memory should kick back in and
yeah.
it should be alright, but it does feel, even though from what I know, the map orientation hasn't changed,
It
you
just
do get
feels
that feeling
different.
of a different map.
Yeah. I mean, it's just getting used to it again, right? I think we're gonna kick
Yeah,
Shack Ballot here. We do kick Shack Ballot here. And when I mentioned earlier that we noticed the Twitch, it's because for those who don't know, unknown's clones, where you can teleport to, when you dispel them, when a survivor dispels them, they twitch slightly, and you could see that in their aura. And if you're paying attention, you could catch survivors just like what we saw here.
I will say, man, I think you were almost caught off with your sentence descent by a very nice wall shot onto
Ace.
Meadow.
Yeah, and also the UVX explosion does go through terrain, walls, ceilings, whatever you want, as long as it's not too thick.
I do remember the amount of times that you've been a bit of a bully on Gideon's with your cheeky little floor shot unknown.
Oh, it's very fun. Shooting at survivors trying to do gens on the floor above me. It's, I don't know. I think it's cool. And the survivors never expect it most of the time. However, we are in chase once again here with Nia. Oh, that would have been a really good hit through the wall. But unfortunately, Nia was not like in that area anymore. She does leave the loop and she does put an edge map here. And we're going to get the down. And we're going to be putting Nia on second hook here, Ghosty. Popping our erupt in the distance.
3 stages now on the board and a Deathlock Survivor. I
4
think
gens
Nia
left.
has been pain res, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Fang and
that
Nia
could
both
be a
have
pain
been.
res, but Deathlock Survivor at 4 gens. Pretty good position to be in. Ooh.
I hate trees. All right, you know what? I empathize with angels there. Trees are my trees. All you know, us unknown mains really hate trees. I don't know. Or maybe it's just
I
me.
think the Lorax might be a bit angry at unknown players for those comments. But I've got to watch out. Won't want to visit from the fuzzy little devil.
But yeah, trees tend to have the tendency to like kind of block some of the UVX shots you could do. In some maps, and the most frustrating part is that it's very inconsistent. On some maps, on the Macmillan realms, the trees almost always will like block a UVX that goes near them or through them, while on like the Greenville Theater map realm, Withered Isle, the trees don't have as much collision, and you could shoot through some of them pretty consistently. Also,
I just
two
want to
gens.
mention, Mel, that teleport onto Nia, that was a crazy good teleport to be right on the Nia as well. I
It's very
had to
good.
mention that real quick.
Yeah, very good game sense by Angels here to get that teleport in, and also very good spit there if you notice in Shack, like to get that down.
Oh yeah, but in saying that, I believe that was 2 gens popping in the background, so we are down to our last gen, but we have eliminated Nia from the trial, so we now are entering into the 3v1, which is the ideal situation to be in for the final gen, at least. So
Yeah, I mean,
overall, not a bad position. But what do you
this
think,
gen
Hal?
has
Do you think 4K1?
quite a bit of progress. Maybe not sure. I'm go see honestly. I'm thinking this might either be outs or a 4K0.
Definitely
We'll
not
have to
impossible, but
see.
the gen split. I've just noticed we have that generator all the way off
We
of the far
find
right section.
Ace. Oh, we don't get the injure. Very unfortunate. A sprint bursting away there.
That would have been a really nice injure onto Ace if that UVX landed, but
Yeah, that would have landed if they weren't sprint bursting. I'm pretty sure. An
we'll
insta
say
pop
though,
there.
still weakened, and it's
They're
only
about.
just
I
closing
think
now.
they'll clear now, right? No, they do get injured. That's another 8 seconds added to the cleanse time. However, the gens, like we haven't seen our other survivors in a bit. The gens, what an orbital on Fung there. Speaking of our other survivors, I was gonna say like, yeah,
Yeah.
very good, very good stuff here by Angels. Big fan. Oh, they were trying to go get the shot through the window there in the crane. That would have
We have
been
got it
amazing.
as well. They have got good gen pressure at the moment on both the furthest gens
Ah,
possible, so I think it may be some
Gen,
out.
yeah,
Potentially.
Gen Deep Six and Gen like I think that's like Gen 2. It has like a lot
I
of
think it is
progress.
Gen 2, yeah, because I
If we
believe
do get,
Carpal was also 7.
yeah, if we do get them down on Fasty, oh, what a head on. Okay, I think that
Head on out of
secures the
nowhere.
final gen for sure. What a spit! Oh my gosh, through the like that's a very good shot to do the corner shot there, and it gets Fasty. What and they did it well, like coming out of blindness.
And Mal, that was also an eruption, as we can see by the aura on the gen, into a pain res. So depending on
Yeah,
how much progress that gen down at 6 had.
it's quite a lot.
Oh, I think
Fung,
Gen at 6 was the one that copped all those gen regressions, I think, because that
yeah,
gen still has some very good progress.
yeah. I think Fung ate an injury here. Fung did a good job of not getting hit by the orbital at the gen. However, like once again, like the gen pressure right now is very scary here. Feels like a gen could pop any moment.
Angel has put on a really nice performance, so really nice
Yeah,
UVS shots.
they definitely,
That one with blind? Oh,
a bit of faking with the power there, bit of tap tech. Oh, almost. Oh no, I
and
thought
gets
the
the
short
reverse
swing.
pallet.
What? I felt that short swing should have connected.
Also, Mel, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Unknown has that freedom to be able to tap with power and not really suffer much downtime. What a hit through
Nope.
that pallet, as I was trying to
Um,
mention that real quick. But I believe you, Mel.
it's a bit of karma from that short swing that got pallet stunned earlier, I think. But yes,
Yeah.
Unknown, when they use their power on the first few frames after tapping right click, there's no slowdown on your movement speed. You could literally do any action. You could kick a gen, search a locker, hit a survivor, pick up a survivor, vault a window, break a pallet. It's really, really good to sometimes use to mess up survivors. Because it makes the sound that you're pulling out your UVX, and it also briefly shows like the animation. Ooh, what the teleport! Catching a
That's
survivor
the
dispelling.
second time we've caught off Dispelling Survivor. And also, I believe Fang was also running off in the distance as well. So we know where 2 survivors are currently.
Yeah,
And I believe Mel weakened and injured. Very dangerous spot to be in. But Farsi
they
has
do
managed to clear.
cleanse. Yeah. Also, I'll admit I didn't notice the clone twitching there. I was a bit distracted, but that was so cool.
I do think the clone was out of line of sight though, so wouldn't blame you for not being able to see that. A very nice shot through the railing to get Tech
Yeah,
to a weakened state while injured. I think Tech might be in a bit of a bad spot here.
good
A
dodge by
nice double
Tech.
dash dodge.
When it comes to those spits, it can be a real 50-50 sometimes, whether to spit it forward past the pallet or backwards if you think they're gonna dodge towards
Oh
you.
yeah. And
You
TP
catch
back down towards, I believe, the 6th area again, catching Ace off.
Oh,
And a
using
nice
that
ankle drop.
eruption. Yeah, bouncing off pallets is a very strong thing to do unknown. They really took advantage of the aura reading of the eruption there. Ooh, and a little spinnies.
Mel, I think we may potentially be looking at a 4K1.
41, yeah.
Last
What?
painter is coming through now as well.
They do pick tech here. We do have our teleport coming up in a second with a I think to notice Unknown's teleport has a 25-second cooldown. Unless you have
Bit
the
of a
Eerie
long
add-on, which makes it
cooldown.
20. And
I don't believe that's allowed though.
no,
In
it is not allowed. It very rarely is. However, Obscure Game Cartridge does give you that bonus kick and vault speed, but it lasts 20 seconds, right? So you'll have if you really wanted to, you'll have 5 seconds of downtime on Obscure Game Cartridge, which is quite low, all things considered.
Meadow has been picked up though, so we know that both Farsi and Meadow are down in that sort of bottom 6 area. So it would not surprise me if we maybe have some doubling happening to try and get that gen down to 6. Oh, I think we had
Yeah.
a potential missed skill check, so
As the
maybe the leader progress dropped.
yeah, as the gen was sorry, as they let go of the gen, a skill check came up because they were pre-leaving as Unknown was coming there. I think Fun called that they were dropping chase.
Devs, please fix that. No more skill checks when trying to let go of the generator. But at the same time, that probably is a bit of an ask to do since that seems like a fair bit of coding.
Yep. Oh, Ace almost getting that head on there, but as you can see, Ace was like playing real close to Unknown because they were holding their power out, and without an object to bounce to make the power connect with, if you hug Unknown, they can't spit at you.
It does give a perfect example though of that. The no delay between power and your M1, being able to actually get that. Oh, and a nice swing through the pallet eruption, popping on 6. So Ace does get picked up, but
Will
I think
we
that's
get a
enough
hook
progression
here?
to get a hook in.
Yeah, Very good game sense, by the way, by Angels, knowing when they can and can't like commit a hook on a survivor.
Very much so, and they've gotten a good amount of regression happening now. So with Tech now being on a hook, this is a tough situation to be unless we can get some resets in. Both the remaining survivors are injured, so the unhook is already incredibly dangerous. And with the regression being put down on both of our gens, like 2 gens that had progress, Angels is in a really nice spot here. I think a 4K1 is still on the table.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like 4K1, it could be very much so a 4K1 now. Oh, they do get the pull. Will we opt to check the gen first before committing to the unhook? We do hear
I
Ace.
think that was a good call by Angels to make sure this gen wasn't popping or they weren't doubling it into
Oh,
the Alpha Fang. Unfortunate
barely.
miss.
Yeah, barely connecting. What like we have to remember Ace has sprint burst. We've seen that earlier, and Champion of the Light, 20%
Champion
hinder.
of Light.
Ow.
And without being weakened as well, that gives Meadow a good amount of distance to make. Angels dropping chase to make sure that that last gen over the top
What
can
a
get hit. Another nice
Fasty.
head on though by Fasty.
Yeah, very good stuff, Fasty. No, these head-ons, honestly, that head-on is really strong because I think Fang was pretty much dead there because there was no resource to play.
No. They only really had the crane window, which I don't think would have gained them too much. Plus, also, as we mentioned before, Unknown's UVX being able to shoot through walls
Yeah.
could have easily shot up into the crane and then just held the ground, forcing Tech to basically just die up the top.
Yep, and what do you call that? That was almost like at the shack window. I would want to say that was almost a very good connection there. But Tech was looking back and read it and saw that like the trajectory of the UVX and dodged inwards. I think they do finish the last gen.
Completed the last gen.
Also, adrenaline on what's Claudette there on Fasty, if you noticed.
Yeah. Really well played though to get that gen down by 6 completed though, making it so that we're in the exit gate phase, and with Fasty healed, depending on if Angels decides to commit to Ace, we found Tech as well, but Tech was healed, so...
Yeah, I think we did find the reset, but this is a very good teleport here, and this secures a down on Ace, as Ace unfortunately runs towards a clone. Though they didn't have much choice of in that area, right? Because it was just edge map in there.
And I was about to say, I didn't quite see if we had any flashing lights on the gate over on our, I think it's 9 side. We had no progress on that gate that's ahead of us near this pain res hook, so I think Meta realized this a bit too late that the gate they were path into just had no progress, unfortunately, but...
Yeah, I think they were just trying to path to a jungle gym or a resource. Ooh, we teleport away, so we're going to look here to see where the survivors are resetting.
We have found Farsi.
I mean, they forced the outs, and that will secure 9 stages, which is pretty well above the average of Unknown's 5 to 8. I'm pretty sure. Very good stuff by Angels. There were such amazing UVX shots and great teleports. I'm very close. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said earlier, right? These are some of the best teams in the world, so like these games are going to be real close with a lot of very cool stuff happening. But we'll be back soon as we get to see Orison's killer. Oh, I can't wait to see another Unknown game. Yeah, be back. And welcome back to Blood Rush League Upper Bracket Semifinals with X9 Clan versus Orison. We are on our second game of our third set here with Unknown and Wrecker's Yard, and this time we have Tech here playing for Orison, and they're trying to meet a win con of, I believe, was that 9 hooks, Ghosty?
I believe it was 9 hooks last time, Mel. If not, maybe 10, so we'll have to double check at the end of the match, but... Good early tag on to Lara to start things off. Corrupt still in play, and Mal, what do you think? Agi being added to the build this time around?
Agi instead of Ruin. I mean, Ruin can get value, but Unknown isn't the best at defending hexes. But I like Agi. Agi lets you get to those hooks that you really need to get, like mid-map hooks, basement hook, like pain res as well in some maps. But I think Wrecker's Yard doesn't have really bad pain res spots, but...
I mean, still, Agi will probably still be a pretty solid perk no matter really what the map is. They just guarantee you the looks.
Yeah, I went quite a bit there. I was like really excited for the spit. But yeah, Agi is very good, and it also reduces your downtime as a killer, right? Like if you're traveling to a hook, Agi makes it faster, so yeah, you could get back onto the map doing other things aside from carrying a survivor a lot quicker.
And also
Ooh, a
means that, like,
finesse
if you
ult.
really want to make those sort of hooks, like if you just think you're out of range for a basement hook, which could give you a really strong position, Agi can give you that little bit of distance you need just
Yeah,
to get exactly where you want to go to.
yeah, and securing securing an advantageous hook position can make or break games. Yeah,
100%, like, especially if, like, the survivors are playing it to drag you away from your generators that you tend to be patrolling, really
yeah.
making it to those death
Ooh,
spots or edge maps, getting back into that midsection of map with Agi can be really nice.
yeah. First gen finishes there. We teleport to catch V off. She makes the pallet. We get the weekend. We don't. Yeah, the pallet goes down. There's unfortunately after spitting there was no time to M1. You'll just get pallets done. But we do get the M1 here, and V does go down, and we send an eruption all the way down there.
A second
Lara coming in with a
gem pop
beamer.
and a steamer with our second gem popping. That would have been a pain roast hook. Also, champion of the light so V can make the distance as well. What a
Lara the
play.
hero. V getting weakened
Setting the
once again
stage.
here. Running around Carpile here. Oh, what a mind game. Very good stuff. But the survivors are lurking. Maybe there'll be another save attempted.
It's a
Lara
very tough
here.
spot for Tech to be in with Lara still looking around. I won't lie. I'm almost mistaken to clone for a second survivor. I will not lie.
It happens, Ghosty. Don't worry. I've gotten jump scared by my clone a few times as I turn a corner. Be so for real. Ooh, we see a survivor here or nearby us. You see scratch marks. It's Claude. It's Wispy here on Claude. Trying to fake the pickup. Get a good spit there. Very good patience by Tech there to wait for Claude to commit a specific area before going. They do get the pick on V here. However, this means 3 survivors are committed to this to the save, and that means only 1 survivor can be on a gen right now.
You've literally
Which
read my mind now.
unfortunately Claude takes the chase to the active gen, which I mean I don't think she had much of a choice on where to go there. Maybe she could have taken an M1, but that would have cost a health state. But that does interrupt our active gen here, which is about 99.
We're in the 50s with the pallet at the fun bus nearby the active gen. Now with eruption being applied to it and regression coming in. Claude's still holding this pallet by fun bus though, but in a dangerous spot. Does dodge the UVX though, really well played.
Yeah.
And
I
full
mean,
sending it back up towards the other side of the map.
oh no, Nancy. Nancy does take a hit here. Note using that on-hit movement speed to get some distance to the pallet. She spins her around, but unfortunately still gets weakened by the UVX here. Everyone else has gotten reset at this point, I think to note, both Lara and V. What a spit and what a down. Good shot by Tech there.
Claudette was heard to send being hit by eruption. I'm wondering if Note was trying to stop the regression of the fun bus to make it so another regression event comes in.
Get a
A
double
very
spit?
quick unhook by Lara, but that does mean, as you mentioned, that a double spit or a double UVX weaken has been applied. A bit of a fat shame, I think, as well by those tires.
Ooh. And Tech going there with a shot that would have connected to the other side of that jungle gym, but unfortunately Nancy went left instead of forward.
I
Get
think
a
Nancy
weak.
now clearing the UVX does make the window, but
Yeah, Lara
I don't
clears the
know.
UVX as well.
Men deep wound plus UVX and injured, probably the worst spot you want to be in. Lara
Yeah,
doing her best to distract, does take an M1, extending Note's time.
this note does get another clear here because of that, of the UVX, and they get re-weakened. I think, when people say unknown is the harmless, right? This is the reason why. There's small gaps when you aren't unable to spit or you miss a spit. The survivor just clears, and you have to play your whole power mini game again of getting 2 hits
Oh
consecutively.
yeah. Lara's still around applying Champion of Light again, being a nuisance.
Lara's an absolute menace this game as they go pull note immediately. 3 survivors again once are here, 1 gen remaining.
I think that the survivors can afford this amount of light. They feel like they're in a pretty good spot. Yes, we don't have a gen, or we only have 1 gen possibly being worked on, which sounds like it's Shaq at the moment. They're probably feeling like in a pretty comfy spot. We have all 3 survivors just chilling by the
Um,
Shaq gen.
yeah, the Jennison. I'm very confused. I think on what the play was there. As
Yeah, I'm not
3
sure if this is a
injured.
shout.
Yeah, the gen was like at 10%. Um,
I'm wondering if this might actually cost the Survivors team a lot here. We've got 3 injured Survivors now, 1 slugged. I'm not sure what the game plan for that was. I'd make a bit more sense if it was like almost about to pop gen, but I don't know what was going on in Shack Descent.
Yeah, and with that, we do get the down on note here. I think we're on. I think this is deep 6. Yeah, deep 6,
Yeah,
and we're
cup
going to
holes
go
by
get the hook. And our first
Lara
sacrifice
once
happens. 1 gen
again, I
remaining.
think, was hanging around being a nuisance again.
Fat shame
Fat
on the
shamed
pliers.
again.
I swear, some of the placements of some of these like objects, it's so frustrating. Like, why did they put that there?
We have a chase now, on to chase.
Yep. Ooh, but V also playing Shack, so they're like pressuring the Shack gen quite a bit. It's like about 50% here. V vaulting the window with finesse. Clearing both survivors able to clear their weekend. As you can see here, right? Like it doesn't matter if they get a lot of the weekends in. It has to be consecutive for any actual value to be gotten from UVX.
Oh yeah, and the survivors are doing really good to like come in and clear their weekends as well in
Yeah.
between gens.
Yeah, they make it a point to clear the weekend before they go do something else. Ooh, we
A
got a
slow
good
roll
hit.
back into Shack means Claudette gets a hit going back into the injured state. V being very aggressive. They have been incredibly aggressive for this Shack gen.
Yeah. Both copying an injure. They get a reset on Claude here.
I
Ooh.
do guess so, Mal. We do have gen regression limits as of being added to the game, so I'm wondering if they're maybe just trying to like force the gen kicks onto Shack to the point where it's no longer kickable.
Yeah, but they're also trying to do this other gen over here by Deep 12. Oh, sorry, pardon me, Deep 6. But there are, yeah, but I mean, we can run out of regression events. There are only 8 available to us, and with Erupt, right, that takes another one as well, and Painraz also takes one. So like you can spend
Yeah.
3 regression events just by kicking a gen, erupting it, and then Painrazing it. Ooh, very fast vault there. Thing to note is like obscure game cartridge. You see it used a lot to get really quick pallet breaks and gen kicks, but it also increases vault speed by 30%, which gets us that hit here on Claude.
I didn't even realize that you actually get additional vol speed with the game cartridge.
Yeah, it's a pretty good add-on. It feels like one of the better ones in Unknown's kit right now. However, it is looking like a gen might be finishing soon. Like probably the gen at Deep 6.
I would assume it would be the Deep 6 gen since we did check on Shack and it didn't quite have that much progress.
Yeah, V is here to hit take as well.
Quick teleport, try and catch Claudette off guard with the Volt, but does manage to read it, so VC with hit take, takes the hit take, and our Gen at 6 has popped.
Yeah,
I was a bit scared for the survivors with the shenanigans in Shack, but
I was very confused what they were doing there, I'll be honest. But hey, it worked out, I guess. But
yeah, they managed to get the results that they were probably trying to get, and yeah, they've managed to hit the end game.
yeah, unfortunately, V does go down here by one of the exit gates, so I believe they'll just take the 2 out here, which will secure the set for them.
Unless Lara decides to be a menace once again, as she has been throughout this match, and go for that beamer again,
Wait,
but
we're gonna see some agi value here. We're sending it to basement.
Scratching off that Shack though, do we have a survivor? We do.
Lara is once again being an absolute menace.
But that hit from Tech onto Lara will mean that she will have to skedaddle out of there, so it might be Curtain's call for Angels here, but we'll have to see.
They might play for the save. I mean, like, if they go down and they all get hooked, right, that's a 4K0, which loses them the set. Or
We'll
they
have to
lose
see how
another
close they
survivor
are.
at the basement, that's 9 hooks. Which I think is
And
a
with
tie.
Lara going down, I think Chase will probably have to take the outs here.
Yeah.
But I believe, unless no, Lara getting out. Oh, sorry, Claude getting out. I think that's still.
Oh wait,
a
no,
set.
it's still a set win because fresh hook. You're right, Ghosty.
Yeah, so very smart decision by Wispy to get out of there. Otherwise, if Wispy got picked up there, that would
It
have
would
been
have been
a
pretty
win
bad.
to
Yeah.
Tech.
but with that, unfortunately, V and Claude will be sacrificed here. Oh wait, no, not Claude. Lara and V will be sacrificed here, and that does give the set to X9 and the match as well. Very good stuff here from us, from our survivors and our killers. Such wonderful games. Oh my god,
Very
Ghosty, I love
fun
that unknown set.
performances, like the Ghostface set, the Unknown set, and I'm having a brain fart about a second. The Blight
Like,
set, all incredible sets, honestly. Two very high caliber teams giving us some amazing performances, both on the survivor side and the killer side. And I think it's a bit of a bonus now that two of our personal favorite killers were also on the show today. But
oh
no, that was
yeah, I was so
amazing.
excited to cast this match, and that excitement was like I was proven right. Why like it was why I was excited. It was so good. I hope you guys all enjoyed it too. I'm Mal ANZ, and I'm joined with Ghosty. What's up? You can find me on Twitch. Some stream sometimes, and if you want some unknown gameplay, I kind of do that. Yeah, I like unknown. Um, but thank you all for being here, and I hope to catch you in the next game of Blood Rush League, which will be the lower bracket semifinals, which will I think be, let me double check, Mercy versus Petroleum, which will be another very fun game. So I hope to see you guys then, and thank you all for tuning in for X9 versus Orison. I hope you all had fun and have a great rest of your day.